What's the real deal? There are only two options left, okay? One of the options is stunning. It's what apparently the Democrats have agreed to today. It was Harry Reid's proposal. Are you ready for this? $2.7 trillion in cuts and absolutely $0 in revenue increases. Where's the compromise? That's 100% of what the Republicans wanted. But it's not just me saying that. The Democrats sent out a press release with, quote, fact sheet. 100% of spending cuts in Reid debt reduction plan were supported by the GOP. I know! You gave them 100% of what they wanted. Why did you do that? Because you are the world's worst negotiators. So when President Obama came out tonight, I was waiting for which way is he going to go. When he started talking about the balanced approach, I'm like, why is he talking about that? Because the second part of the news is apparently President Obama has agreed to this hideous so-called compromise where the Republicans get 100%, the Democrats get 0% of what they wanted. Well, it's because the president would like something else. If he could get it, and there's still some chance he can, he would prefer the balanced approach. Well, that's what he calls it. Now, what is the balanced approach? The Republicans get all those cuts anyway. There are some deductions and subsidies taken away that raises revenue. Okay, that's good. But then they lower corporate taxes. They lower the higher income taxes for the people making the most amount of money in the country. And they cut Medicare and Social Security. To me, as disastrous as the Reid cave-in is, of just giving them $2.7 trillion in cuts and getting nothing back, the so-called balanced approach might be even worse because it takes away from Social Security and Medicare and gives the rich the tax cuts and gives you a tax increase by taking away things like home mortgage deductions, charitable giving, and the list goes on and on. So it's damned if you do and damn much worse if you also do that second portion. That's a saying I just made up, and you can tell because it wasn't very good. Okay, so we are 100% screwed either way. And by the way, that is why over the weekend, this tweet was hot on Twitter, as hot as it could be. And apparently, it was given by journalism professor at City University of New York, Jeff Jarvis. Go ahead. We're not making that up. That's exactly what the tweet said. And it was a hashtag, of course, as you can tell. You put it in a tweet. And it caught on fire. Look, we're going to get screwed either way. I'm going to keep it real with you. And I'm beyond being stunned. I mean, if you had told me in the beginning of Obama administration that, they'll come in and they'll give the Republicans 100% of what they want and they still won't take it, I'd have been amazed. I'd have been like, come on, the guy who campaigned on change. But by now, we all know it, right? Look, remember this, and this is why the Republicans being obstinate makes perfect sense. You have to understand this, because last week, during the weekend actually, so about 9 days ago or so, the Democrats came out and said, hey, you know what? Fine, Republicans win. We'll give them $1.4 trillion in spending cuts and no revenue increases. So that was already a huge win for the Republicans. The Republicans said no. You remember I said Podesta came out on the Sunday talk shows, and I was like, what are they saying no to? They got everything they wanted. You know why? Because the Republicans were right. They're like, there is no limit to how much these guys will cave in. So let's ask for more. And they were right. About a week later, they come out and they say, okay, you get $2.7 trillion and no revenue increases. If I'm the Republicans, I take it to the last minute. Who knows what they'll give you? Maybe they'll give you the Social Security and Medicare cuts and won't take any revenue increases. Maybe they'll give you the tax cuts on top. You never know. There is no bottom to how much the Democrats will cave in.